And take two. Welcome to Book the Ticket, the film show for CBC. Google us. You'll find us on Google. Google us. You'll find the Patreon. You will find the Facebook, the Twitter, where you will find us, Mitch692 and Halftime Joe. If you go on Patreon right now, I believe I might be doing this a bit too early. Logan is the next one up. It's been done. I don't know if it's out today or if it's out the weekend, but it's the next one. But yeah, little show again. Well, I say little show. It's a compact show.
Yeah. We just I haven't seen Solo, so Mitch has. I didn't know if he wanted to talk about it. He's like, it mattered to him, so I was like, all right, I guess we won't talk about it.
To be honest, me will probably talk about it.
I mean, I don't know, I completely forgot to just like watch it. It's not even like I don't even hate the movie or whatever. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, it shouldn't exist. I just honestly forgot.
From the box office, you're not the only one.
Yeah,
especially overseas, because that thing's.
I mean, the only reason I want to go see it is mostly for Emilia Clarke. That's she's babe, but
back off.
I hear it's fun.
It's fun.
I hear it's fun.
It's an ugly movie. The cinematography's not great.
Okay.
It's very I can't see who's talking. I only know silhouettes.
Oh, so it's like that kind of. I mean, we'll see.
It's an old. They did it in like an old westerny style where everything's backlit.
That's kind of cool though.
It's kind of cool, but when everything's brown and grey, you can't.
It's annoying. Yeah.
Just like it's a very separate movie in the Star Wars universe. Like they have, obviously it's about Han Solo, so it's not really that separate. But like, there's not really that many references. You see the Empire a little bit. They mention Rebellion once.
Well, I'm sure this is in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, right? This has to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it's Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones in between. It could be the third one actually.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. It has to be like because I guess the Empire was around. I don't know. Too much canonical things.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very. There are some weird bits like. I don't know if you've seen the trailers, but there's that train sequence.
Yeah, and you're like, is Chewie gonna die? No, he's not gonna die.
Like, why is the Empire got a train when they have spaceships?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
It's just like okay, I'll give it was a cool set piece. I'll give it that.
Maybe it's just one of those things where it's very early on in the Empire.
Yeah, but you see Star Destroyers.
Oh well, yeah. Then I can't explain that.
He's from the place where they build them.
Apparently, they redid that scene a couple times.
What, the train one?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't actually think the scene from the trays with Chewie is actually in the movie.
Oh well, yeah.
Specific shot, I can't remember it.
The one where he's about to fall and Han is like, Chewie!
Oh my God, it's like, no. They do some dumb stuff in this movie, though. Like, there's a bit towards the beginning of the film, and it is the dumbest thing I think anyone has ever put in a movie.
Look, man. I mean, this is only like, what? This wasn't even that long ago we saw The Last Jedi.
Yeah. It's what, 5 months?
Yeah.
But speaking of Disney and time between, and I'm sure Joe did that intentionally.
Not really, but I just forgot.
I bet you did. Disney is unlikely to release Star Wars movies close together after Solo.
Like I said, 5 months.
Yeah, which I don't know about that. I can see them doing it. I think Solo's problem was it's Memorial Day weekend.
I mean, I don't know if I gotta check the ratings, but there were 2 big basketball games Monday and Sunday.
There was also the Champions League final.
Yeah, Champions League, yeah.
So that stopped there. And it was a really nice weekend, so everyone was out in the barbecue.
So you gotta add, there was a lot of people doing barbecue. So you gotta add Memorial Day weekend, which sometimes some people are just going out and not going to the movies and I like that, spending time with family. The 2 Game 7s for the NBA, and in the Champions League, which they're like the Champions League, like everybody around the world watches that. So
really,
yeah, it's not just a Europe thing. Like people everywhere watch that. It's the biggest sport in the world, so I assume people would watch that everywhere.
I mean, fair, true. But,
it's crazy how like they moved it back a week, and it kind of it failed, and that didn't fail, but it got affected by what was happening this week. I mean,
If it failed overseas, there's no way to like
yeah.
sugarcoat that. It
Okay.
straight up tanked in its first weekend. But it's one of the prequels. I want to say it was Revenge of the Sith, released on Memorial Day, and that tanked. But then it went on to make 900 million. So
I mean, maybe that could have just been word of mouth type of thing. It's like, oh, OMG, like Darth Vader's in this. Da, 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 da.
I mean, yeah, it could be like there's several factors behind it. You know, it probably doesn't help the marketing for Solo wasn't great, and the whole buzz about behind the scenes stuff having to do with the Lord and Miller and bringing.
I question how much of that actual people know, like of behind the scenes. Like if people know there's something, like the directors got changed, or they just like, oh hey, it's a Han Solo movie's coming out, let's go see it. Like, I question how many people actually know.
I think you're underplaying it, to be honest.
For real, I've heard some people question of like
I
some
have
overplaying it of how much it affected.
Yeah, some people overplay things, but at the same time, I have a lot of normies on my Facebook, and they've been talking about this. So
Probably, maybe I'm underplaying it, but yeah, maybe it would have done better from being a week later. What, right? It was supposed to come out this weekend, wasn't it?
I don't know if they moved Solo at all. I thought they kept it still.
I thought they did.
I thought it was Deadpool that moved
Oh,
a week.
well, maybe it did. I swear I thought it did, but maybe if it didn't, they thought Memorial Day weekend would kind of help the weekend box office. But at the same time, I don't think they counted on 2 Game 7s and the Champions League at that time, which kind of
Because Marvel moved Ant-Man and the Wasp for the World Cup final.
yeah.
You know,
You see it in advance, like the dates of some of these things. You would think they would plan ahead to that, but I guess they thought Solo would be strong enough. I guess it wasn't.
Day weekend's not a big weekend anyway for movies.
Yeah.
You know, people are going, oh, well, it gives it a boost, and it's like, well, then why is the record so low for the Thursday?
Yeah.
It can't be that much of a boost. Sure, the Saturday and the Sunday tend to be decent, but it's nothing to what you'd expect.
I wonder why it couldn't have come out this weekend to have a bigger opening. I mean, to be fair, it has an extra week before whatever big thing comes next.
To be honest, I don't know why they didn't put it out in Christmas. They trained people to think Star Wars is a Christmas movie now.
Yeah, it's true, and I need to go back to The Last Jedi because I haven't seen it since I first saw it, and I always still kind of like when I first saw it, but that it doesn't, I don't think it helps that a lot of people were affected by The Last Jedi in that way, in the negative way.
There's been a lot of people saying that the movie made $1.3 billion.
Okay, I'm not saying that nobody went to go see The Last Jedi.
But it's like
people went to go see The Last Jedi.
You're gonna bring up me saying that it made 700 million less than The Force Awakens. It's like yes, and The Empire Strikes Back made 200 million less than A New Hope.
But you got to think about it though. When I'm saying people saw it in a negative way, people went to go see it. You have to go see it before to have this negative connotation to it, if you do have one. And I mean, maybe it's just a little bubble that I've seen on social media, people not liking it. Like I've seen people like it, not like it, but I feel like I've seen a lot more people not like it. But that could just be the bubble.
That's the thing with social media, isn't it? The minority always makes the majority feel like the minority.
Yeah, I mean, so
BVS.
But yeah, I don't know.
People didn't like BVS.
Yeah, the minority didn't like BVS, so they always feel like the majority.
The majority didn't like it.
So
it's the reason why that movie didn't make money.
Still with The Last Jedi though, maybe that's something to take into account. I don't know. Like you have to think about everything, right? When you're talking about why a movie didn't make as much as it did, and all the factors, Memorial Day weekend, all the sporting things that happened this weekend, and also maybe kind of what happened with The Last Jedi.
But here, you got people doing a hashtag boycott Solo.
Yeah, but that's stupid. They're going to watch the movie.
Exactly. So it doesn't. You can't really see it affecting anything. Like, to be honest, all those people just don't even factor them in because they're not.
Well, yeah, I'm not factoring them in. I think those people are done because they're going to watch the movie. It's like, why would you go watch something you honestly hate? Like, that honestly doesn't. I don't get it.
Didn't go see it. It's such a small factor of it. The fact is that there's so many more things going into this.
Yeah.
Memorial Day is not a good day for movies.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like the sporting event. I'm just saying. I'm sure they're taking everything into account, kind of like you're head of security, and you have to make every measure. Like you don't know what can happen. You don't know why this happened. You have to make sure you take everything into account. They're probably taking kind of some of the little Last Jedi stuff into account. It might not have been a big like thing as opposed to the Memorial Day weekend stuff, but it might have been a part.
There's nothing to take into account from The Last Jedi. That's the. That movie made a ton of money.
I'm not saying, yeah, a lot of people went to go see it, and I've seen a lot of people for some reason went to go see it and not like it. In which it is what it is.
People didn't like it that much. It wouldn't have made 1.3 billion.
I don't know. It's Transformers made a couple billion, right?
People like Transformers movies.
Doubt it.
Well, it wouldn't make the billions it does.
Yeah, well, yeah, somebody has to like it, unless you're hate watching, which I never understand hate watch, in my opinion.
I hate watching humans.
I honestly never understood why people hate watch something. I just don't get it. But that's just me, and I don't know.
I honestly don't think you can count anything to do with The Last Jedi. That's such.
I mean, maybe not. Who knows? I think it has more to do with the Memorial Day weekend and the sporting events, to be honest.
It's like if The Last Jedi had made less than $1 billion, absolutely,
Maybe.
It's a factor. The fact that it made as much money as it did, it's not a factor.
So what about that? It's just they were just close together. Like maybe it's not some of the negative parts of The Last Jedi, but maybe they were just too close together, and they're like.
I think it maybe not. It might not be the Star Wars are too close together. I think you had Infinity War, Deadpool, and Star Wars.
Well, blockbusters. Where are you going to put movies nowadays? It's summers year round. There's blockbusters everywhere.
They front loaded the year. Like how many movies has Disney put out in the first 5 months this year?
A lot. But then at the same time, at the very end of the year, you're going to still have some big movies, I think. But I think that's what they're saying also too, that they're gonna not probably do this again. Not have them 5 months. They're gonna have them just a year apart.
Like, here's the thing: if you're gonna test the waters for Star Wars being a summer movie again, this was probably the better movie to do it. To be honest, and plus at the same time, like it's tanked overseas, but I wouldn't expect this type of movie to make $1 billion anyway.
I don't know why people like Rogue One. I hear this one is better than Rogue One.
It's absolutely better than Rogue One.
I didn't like Rogue One that much.
There's actually a character and plot in this, but
yeah, so people I guess like that one more, right?
Ooh.
I mean, it made more money, didn't it?
Yeah, but it came out on Christmas.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It made more money, so more people watched it, more people probably liked it.
I'm gonna apologize right now. If I drop or I start going robot-y, I've just had a start of a massive thunderstorm.
Oh. We're going to have to try to rush through this then. So, yeah, we'll see what Disney does, but I guess with the Star Wars movies, the episode 9, I think it's coming out next year, right?
Right. If episode 9 doesn't do great, which I doubt
I think it will.
Right. If it doesn't do great, then yes, everyone was right. The Last Jedi sucked despite what it did. Well, maybe not that it sucked, but The Last Jedi soured people more than everyone realizes. And Solo was just the start of it, then yes, that argument might be a bit more validated.
I need to go see that movie again. I swear I haven't seen this as the first time, and it's just, I don't know, I was kind of put off by it, mostly because of like that random plot in the middle with Finn and the Asian girl.
It's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it does
that's why I need to see it again. I recall liking certain moments and thought that the whole movie should have been more about this, kind of like the Rey and Kylo Ren stuff. I thought the movie should have been more of that.
But here's the thing, everyone's going to go see episode 9, see how it ends. That's just how it is. That's always how it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, people kind of hate watch these things. They hate on things and then they go give it money anyways. I don't get it. Like, it's like buying a comic you discuss and just tearing it up.
Have you seen that one guy on Twitter? Like, the tweet's kind of gone viral. Like, I'm pretty certain it's gone viral. Not maybe viral, but it's getting a shit ton of retweets and stuff.
No, probably not.
Like, sitting comfortably watching Solo, #boycott Solo. And it's
I've seen a couple of those, yeah. And
it's like, really? And it's like, well, why are you watching this? Like, oh, I have to watch it because I'm a critic. And his YouTube's got like 300 subs. And it's like, okay, mate, you're not.
You don't have to watch anything, I feel. If you don't want to talk about Solo, why are you watching it? I mean, And that goes to the thing of why you hate watching just to talk shit about something, man. Like go do something else with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Understand if you can,
put some
like,
positivity in your life.
if you can make like a channel or whatever out of like picking negatives out. Some people have, and they're
Well, there's a difference. Cinema Sins does it as like a joke, though.
I wasn't talking about Cinema Sins specifically.
Oh, that's the only channel I know that does that.
There are channels out there that just
Yeah, and I don't find them entertaining, and that's because it's like I'm a very positive person.
That's like some people do. That's the thing, like
Red letter
negative,
media,
like red letter media aren't negative.
they're negative a lot of the time.
They're not gonna sit like they aren't.
Well,
like,
they're like a jokey, like negative. Like they're not like super mean about it, but they're Cinema Sins in the way where they make fun of it, which
Yeah, you're making fun of it, but they're not just going out there and just to shit on the movie.
Okay.
They're going to legitimately criticize.
Okay, then you can tell me, cause if you don't want to say like who they are, you can tell me after, because I honestly don't know who you're talking about them.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of them now.
I know.
But there's a few. There are several YouTube channels out there that just have built themselves.
I've only seen like like the ones I said, but do it as like a joke, like
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about, but.
But moving on, because talking about things that aren't happy, rainbow and sunshine will probably kill Joe in the next 20 minutes. Christopher Robin had its trailer, and it is adorable.
Oh, I love this trailer. This is my most anticipated movie of the year.
It's so good.
This is hands down gonna be my favorite movie of the year, most likely, because based off this trailer, which I thought it was giving away the whole movie, and then I realized that's probably like the first 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, my only problem is it's very
Dark.
stereotypical.
How's it stereotypical?
Well, it's the Smurfs movie.
I never saw Smurfs, so I didn't think that looked good. So I didn't. My thing. I don't go watch movies I think that don't look good.
I didn't go and watch it. It was on TV for free.
Oh, I never saw it.
But it's that you go to this place where they all are, and then they come to our place, and every movie seems to be doing the same thing. Like,
isn't this like didn't Looney Tunes do this? I mean, technically Space Jam, right? Like
Space Jam came here to get Michael Jordan, but it then went back.
Yeah, they might go back in this one, and it's not a new
thing. They say now it's time for us to help him. They're clearly going to us. They're gonna go back eventually, yeah, obviously.
For some reason, this reminds me of Tarzan, that newer one where he's like now he's outside, like the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad. It's like most movies. Some movies do that. Not most movies. Some movies do that.
It's not a bad thing that it's doing it. It's just most films that do that tend to be bad.
I'm okay with this. I think it's gonna be funny, adorable, and kind of just very nostalgic in all that sense. And I think it's gonna be great because it's kind of like showing. It's gonna have like that message of you know what I mean. It's gonna be one of those movies that I just think it's gonna be great. To be honest,
it's like you said, like it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic, but it's not being nostalgic from the. It's not being like it's nostalgic, but it's like remember this thing, this thing. It's like no, it's bringing back
the characters you loved. Yeah,
it's something then, but I ain't gonna say.
I was always more of these these characters than I was like a Mickey Mouse or a Bugs Bunny. I was always these characters. Like these were my people right here. Mostly because I feel like Pooh sometimes where I love where my favorite line was like, some people say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
See, I think I could say like, these were my thing, not like Mickey Mouse or Looney Tunes. To me, that's different ages.
Oh, probably. I mean, I saw Winnie the Pooh and all these things when I was younger.
Like Pooh and Mickey, sure, you could probably put them the same, but like Looney Tunes is maybe slightly older. I don't know. That's just me. I think that's because how I went as I was growing up. But
I mean, I think I saw all of them. I was more of a like Mickey and all of them were kind of like third to me.
Yeah.
Like Looney Tunes always had like much more entertaining stuff, especially how there was that one moment where it would be him and like Elmer, and they'd have like bigger guns like every time.
Yep.
I love stuff like that. That was always funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
this movie's gonna be. I think this movie's gonna be great, and
They replaced Chris O'Dowd as the voice of Tigger as well.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yes, but
I think they got the guy who did him not originally, but the one who did him in the movies, like the recent ones.
you know, some people made a point. Where's Rabbit?
You saw Rabbit in the trailer.
Yeah, but like Rabbit's doesn't he's not on the poster, so it seems like he might not be part of the journey or whatever.
Half of them aren't on the poster.
It's true. I just love that tagline though.
It's like, look, they've got everyone's favorites on there. If you're not part of like the main four, you can stay home.
It's like the
Cameo. Rabbit wouldn't go anyway.
Yeah, he is that grumpy guy.
I mean, he's got the carrot farm to look after. Like Kangaroo and Roo. Does anyone really care about Kangaroo and Roo?
Sure.
I Roo was a little bitch, and Kanga's just Kanga. What was the other one? Was there an owl? I remember an owl.
Yeah, there's an owl. You see him in the beginning in the table or whatever.
Yeah, you also see him in like that massive group shot they have. You know, like, I don't see him going.
I wonder how long or how much time Haley Atwell is gonna have in this movie.
Haley. Oh, I forget she's in this movie.
Yeah, she's the wife.
Have a lot.
She's a big actor.
She's Well, I wouldn't say she's.
Okay, not a big actor. It's Ewan McGregor who's the headlining this, as we all know.
She's not the big actor.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Hopefully, I imagine since they're going to like the city, she'd be in it a fair amount.
There is like almost a self-awareness about this trailer and what this seems like this movie, because in the beginning's like, I thought the tree had to have a hole in it. It's like, maybe it just needs to be where it needs to be. It's like, that's what at least I say.
You cannot fault that poo logic.
Yeah, like it seems. I don't know if it's self-awareness or that's just Pooh. Like that's just his character, and it's been such a long time.
It's just his character.
Yeah, it's just been such a long time since I've seen any of this, so it's been like a refresher to see it.
Also, we're gonna get dark. I don't believe Eeyore hasn't committed suicide yet.
Oh, that's gonna be sad.
Like being that depressed for that long. If he hasn't, more power to him.
Sooner or later, your past catches up to you. Whoa, what a tagline.
That's Jesus. That could wrong with what I just did.
Jesus, what a tagline that's gonna be. That is
fun of suicide. I'm not trying to make that.
No, we're not. At least we're not 13 Reasons Why.
Actually, true. 13 Reasons Why can be a thing. I can just say why does sense. That's fine.
Yeah.
I feel.
All right. Looking forward to this movie. August what? August 3rd.
Wow, is it that close? Jesus.
Yeah.
But moving back from the woods to the stars, James Mangold is set to write and direct the Boba Fett movie. Which, I don't know what you could do with Boba Fett.
Interesting thing to note. I don't know if you've seen it. Gabriel Luna, our favorite ghostwriter, has gone on Twitter quoting the Variety link of Logan's James Mangold set to direct Boba Fett movie, kind of with some emojis, and then when somebody asked, you playing Boba, and he said manifesting. Is there something to it, maybe?
Before I was all for Manu Bennett as Boba Fett.
I'm down for Gabriel Luna if he's gonna be kind of younger in that sense. 'Cause I assume in the original Star Wars movies he's kind of like in his 30s or maybe 40s, and he's gonna be in his 20s in this movie probably.
I've got no idea the age of Boba Fett.
Me either. I'm just assuming. But hey, if it's Gabriel Luna, our favorite ghostwriter, I'm down for it.
Same, yeah. In fact, give it. I don't want this movie unless it's with him now.
I've seen a couple people say, like, when this was first announced, like, so, if we're going based off canon and stuff like that, he has to be brown then, right? Luna's brown.
Yeah, they established that.
His dad was like something.
The actor. Where was he?
I'm not necessarily sure what kind of ethnicity the actor for. What's his name? Jango Fett? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say he was one of the Islanders.
I mean, I just know he was brown. I'm not entirely sure what ethnicity, but you could kind of get away with anything as long as you're brown.
I don't know.
Because they don't play too much on, like, okay, here he is. They don't play too much on him being Okay, I look it up and it says skin color tan. Tan is the skin color. He-Man is tan.
That's a throwback.
That is He-Man is tan. The He-Man debacle. But I'm trying to see who the actor was.
I mean, Bob as actor was a
No,
kid.
wasn't he white? No, but
No,
like in the original trilogy, Boba Fett's actor was white. You never saw him take off the mask, but in those set photos, you see him.
the actor was Ned Flanders, but
Yeah, I'm looking up Jango Fett for actor.
um,
Oh, here it is. It's Tamura Morrison, which let's check it out. What is he?
what did I say? It begins with an M, but I don't want to say what I think it is in case it's completely wrong.
He is from New Zealand. He's from New Zealand.
He's a Kiwi.
Yeah, but I feel like you can kind of get away with it.
No, dude, that's why people were saying about getting Taika Waititi for Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean,
Well, now you got Logan's James Mangold, and James Mangold, it's fine.
Do you have to say Logan's James Mangold?
Yes, because
That's really pretentious.
how?
Logan's James Mangold.
What, I forget what else James Mangold has done. Let me check. Logan, the Wolverine, of course. Yeah. 310 to Yuma. It's kind of really it. Like Walk the Line, Identity. Yeah, okay. Copland. I'm down with it.
Standard.
Yeah, I would just hope to see. I would hope to see Gabriel Luna do this, have this part, because why not, right?
I'm saying, like, you don't need a big actor for Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You just need the armor.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, we've only ever seen him as a kid anyway, so what is him? My big problem is it's just like, oh my god, we're stuck in this time period again.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's more justified than someone like Solo, because we don't know anything about Boba Fett. We're sure the comics have probably touched on Boba Fett since like Disney restarted everything, but not everyone reads those.
The comics, yeah. It's like doing homework, right? That's kind of like your problem about these movies.
I mean, yeah, that's another problem. The second one is, no matter what they do, Boba Fett will always be that guy that got chucked into the pit by a blind dude.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, I mean, you can make him as cool as you want, and kind of like how crazy, like, badass he is and stuff like that. He is that guy at the very end.
It's like, you said it before that, you still know he ends up being in the Sarlacc pit.
I mean, I might forget if they make it like a super crazy action film. I might just tend to forget, like, to be honest.
Nah, because I'll bring it up and I might remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll bring it up. I'll probably just end up forgetting until you bring it up.
You'll be like, I'm going to Boba Fett. I'm like, remember, he fell into the Sarlacc pit. If they said that afterwards, they have to show him getting out of it, reminding everyone that he got put in there in the first place.
No, but I think that's better, because that means like he crawled out, he destroyed the monster or whatever. It brings it.
Yeah, but it's I mean, sure, if you start the movie off with him falling in it and then climbing out, you could possibly get away with that. But
yeah, you bring up the point. It honestly could happen after in episode 6 or whatever. It also could happen after the Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I was about to say spoilers then, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Solo. So yeah.
I was about to be like spoiler, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, never mind.
Solo.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the only spoiler in Solo. There's nothing. But no, I imagine they'll do it before all that stuff. Yeah. Like, why is he so notorious and all this? Like, where did he get the armor from? Because that's going to be a plot point. So he's not a Mandalorian. Why they got Mandalorian armor?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah. And now everyone's favorite movie, everyone's favorite comic book character since the 90s, launched Image. That's obviously Spawn, and we have official casting, and literally announced today, by Todd McFarlane, and Jamie Foxx is going to be Spawn. I can't remember the actual character's name, but he's going to be Spawn.
Yeah, I can't really remember the actual character's name either. It's been such a long time since I've seen the old Spawn. And, Blumhouse producing, which could mean some good things. I feel like this is a movie this is one of those, I can't tell if this is going to be one of those, like a Happy Death Day, or is it going to be the Get Out type of money? You know what I'm saying?
It's the
It's gonna be like the cheaper one.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
there's only two sides to it.
even if it was to Get Out, Jamie Foxx would probably sink the budget to like 12.50. So
Okay. Let's see. What have they said about it?
nothing. Todd McFarlane's directing it. He's writing it. So God help the movie. It's doomed just there.
So the reason he chose apparently a while back,
I
McFarlane
think
said
he felt he wants to play it.
no. Well, McFarlane said that Jamie came to his office 5 years ago in 2013 and said, "Hey, I have an idea about Spawn," and then they talked about it. And then when they said we're gonna do this, he's like, "I think I'm gonna go see if Jamie wants to do it first."
Like the last, he said when he teased the casting that it was an easy get.
Yeah.
So kind of obvious. This hasn't surprised anyone.
I think that's cool that Jamie kind of went to him years ago and was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about this for Spawn?" And they kind of talked about it and just kind of went over ideas and what could happen in a Spawn movie, like a modern one.
I hope for Fox's sake, it's a good movie. I don't think it's a good movie because McFarlane hasn't told a good story in about 30 years.
I assume like the CG is gonna definitely be up to date. It's all gonna be better.
I mean, we're barely even going to see Spawn, to be honest.
You think so? You think it's gonna be one of those?
That's what he said. He said Spawn's not going to be a character, which I don't understand.
They could do it a Jaws thing.
He's like, Spawn's not really going to be a character. He's going to be a presence. And it's all going to be Sam and Twitch's angle.
Well, okay, so yeah, then it's like a Jaws thing where it's just the presence and the feel of it, and that makes sense that they're having a cheap budget.
But it doesn't make sense because then why the fuck would you get Jamie Foxx? You wouldn't need a big actor then. If he's not going to be there, he's going to be a presence.
What do you mean? Wait, wait. Are we not talking about the same thing? So you're talking about like this is
No,
like
I'm talking about what Todd McFarlane said this movie's going to be.
yeah. So he says that the whole Spawn character, not just that part of Spawn.
He said Spawn's not going to be a character in it. He's just going to be a presence. I.e., it's not going to be. He's only going to be really in the shadows. You're barely going to see him. It's going to be from Sam and Twitch's angle. That's what he said. So why get Jamie Foxx? Either he was bullshitting there, and they're like, "No, we can't do that. You can't call it Spawn and then do Sam and Twitch."
Or maybe he just wanted Spawn. Like he just wanted to be Spawn. Like it didn't matter if it's like.
Yeah, but it's just so weird. Like, why?
They've been trying to get this movie done for a while. It's been a weird way of getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a reason why no one's done it. Like, would you trust?
I can't remember Spawn all that well. Doesn't he? Can't he just turn into Spawn, right? The guy.
No,
or is he Spawn forever.
He has to be Spawn.
He has to be Spawn. I can't really remember if he turns into... Because I remember a part in like the old movie where he turns into it. But that might just be because he becomes Spawn, right? It's not that...
He turns into Spawn when he dies.
Yeah, and then he has to stay Spawn forever.
I think the movie played about with it a bit because I can't remember Spawn's mask ever coming off.
Yeah, that might be a thing. They might have just played around with it. It's been such a long time since I've had Spawn in my mind. I'm not the biggest fan, and it's just been a while, you know?
I mean, that's the majority of the planet.
I'm sure there's some people who are really fans of Spawn.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them, and they're always angry about Spawn. It's just like, okay, you never aged out of being 13, but that's cool.
So
John Boy
yeah.
did really cool Spawn, but
I feel like it might just be changed because of what's getting Jamie Foxx and kind of changing.
It could very well be that the whole Sam and Twitch Kevin Smith show made him change it. And we're actually going to get a actual Spawn movie now, not like a Gotham style Spawn movie.
What's a Gotham style Spawn movie?
But Gotham's like from the police perspective, or supposed to be.
It's not.
It
was supposed to be, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It should have been. Oh man, that would have been a good TV show, honestly. And then they cared about little Bruce. But yeah. We'll see how it goes. I know we're both not the biggest fans, but I'm sure there are big fans of Spawns out there who are generally excited to see that it's going forward. Todd McFarlane has been talking about it for years, and I don't think anybody thought it would actually happen because of how long he's been talking about it.
I don't think people believe now it's going to happen.
Really?
It's like, okay, like, yeah. It's like, okay, Todd. Like,
I don't know. It seems like... Because, this being made for so long, like for 5 or more years, stuff like that, that's usually some movies, but Todd McFarlane is just talking about it. He's kind of putting up the, unveiling the curtains and stuff like that, so I feel like it's not any different than most movies. It's just Todd McFarlane's talking about it more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like eventually it'll get made, but it'll just take some
Yeah,
time.
he's talking about it more because he's been talking about it for about 10 years.
Yeah, and it's just like, that's kind of most movies, isn't it? Like, they're kind of in the back burner for a long time until...
A lot of movies, like, take that long, but, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, they never spoke about that movie as much as
I feel
McFarlane.
like on that as much, because Todd McFarlane's kind of, like, out there, like, kind of...
Like, you can kind of set your watch by when Todd McFarlane is going to talk about sport.
I think Ryan Reynolds has talked, not as much as Todd McFarlane, but he has in the past, and it just feels like he was trying to sell it to somebody, though. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Todd McFarlane was just trying to sell it to somebody, and hopefully somebody would listen.
Trying to sell it to someone, but, who would want a first-time director?
Well, Blumhouse is going to throw no money at him, so... I mean, you're not really going to get hurt from this if you're Blumhouse, right? If it makes some money, you're goaded because it's probably not going to have any money.
To be fair, I can see Spawn making a fair bit of change.
Yeah, and if it has a lower budget, then you can't go wrong with this if you're Blumhouse.
They could very well put a Deadpool and it'd be like the best thing ever, but
who knows? We'll see, I guess. I feel like you should probably not have Todd McFarlane direct, but hey,
no, I wouldn't even have Todd McFarlane write the thing.
I'd have him kind of produce and kind of look over it and say,
have him produce, but give someone with actual talent the directing and writing gig.
I don't even remember reading a Todd McFarlane anything in a long time.
When was the last thing you read? The last thing I read from McFarlane was Spider-Man.
So I don't remember that.
Did he write that or did he just draw it? I can't remember.
Don't.
Actually, it might be Spawn was a lot. Is he still writing Spawn? That might have been the last thing, and that was a couple years ago.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, long time.
Their reboot, and it's just like, this is trash. Jumbo and Myers is cool, but this is trash. And then he left the book. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the topics we have for this week, which means it's time for the box office. Yeah. And I'm on the wrong weekend.
Yeah, the weekend is the weekend of May 25th to the 28th.
And the link you gave me was the wrong weekend.
Huh? No, that's the right weekend.
See, I clicked on it and it gave me last week. And it's just like, okay.
It's May 25th to the 28th. I literally clicked on it. It went to May 25th to the 28th.
Now, just quickly, were we right? I can't remember what we said was going to be.
Of course, we said Solo, we said Deadpool, we said Avengers, we said Book Club, we said Life of the Party. We literally set the same top 5.
I got one right completely.
Yeah, we literally set the same top 5 because it would make... It's not that, hard.
It was obvious this weekend, to be honest. There was no way it was going to be any different.
Book Club made, only had a 3.4% change.
Yeah.
Wow. Literally only lost a couple hundreds, $100,000 or something.
It helps that they put it in more. I'm sure it's only 30.
They put it in 29 more theaters. Yeah. Which probably helps. Wow, probably. Deadpool 2, 57.1.
And that's purely because Solo came out.
Yeah, that's true. We knew that was going to happen too.
Yeah. In fact, I'm surprised it wasn't slightly more. But, oh well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, it was the same thing as last week, so we don't really have to say it. It was Life of the Party 5, Book Club 4, Avengers 3, Deadpool 2, and then Solo 1. It's the same thing.
How close is it? So Avengers is only 25, 36 million?
Away?
No, hold on.
No, it's 31 million away from Deadpool 2.
No, I was talking overall to 2 billion.
Oh, total gross, it has
it's what is that
27 million. I think that's domestic.
Oh, worldwide is 1.9 billion.
Yeah, domestic it's
6.7. Foreign is 1.2. So it's what, 70 odd away.
Still in a lot of theaters. I'm probably gonna go see it soon again.
I mean, yeah, it looks like everyone's seen it.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those movies that it benefits from staying as long as it can, just because, there's Deadpool 2 and Solo, but I feel like, in terms of positive buzz, Infinity War probably got the most, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I feel like people will be like, let's just go watch Infinity War if they have to see one.
I'd laugh if Infinity War went to number two next week.
I don't
Every
know. It'd be
day,
crazy.
Solo, go back to Avengers. It won't, but I'd laugh if it
Yeah,
did.
it'd be a little crazy because the only movies coming out, Action Point, which I don't find, I don't think it's gonna be funny, but it's one of those people. One of the movies a lot of people are gonna find funny because it's like Jackass style.
See, I don't even think Action Point is going to break the top five.
I don't
I
think
think
so. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But
it might break. It's projected for six,
Drift
but
upgrade
it'll get fifth if anything.
probably.
Actually, it might even get fourth depending what book club does. Which book club only dipping that much? I don't see it dropping from fourth.
Yeah, it's got to be Solo, Deadpool, Infinity War, Book Club, and then Action Point, right?
Actually, you got Adrift is looking at 11 million.
I'd probably put that over Book Club. I'd probably put Adrift and then Book Club as 5.
You got Upgrade with 2.5. You haven't got to worry about that one. So it's Adrift and Action Point.
Yeah, I don't think Action Point's gonna make it to top 5. I think it'll be Adrift that'll be 4 and then Book Club 5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It just and in the same top 3 of the same top 3. Almost feels like I'm watching the NBA. It's like there's no kind of change. There's not gonna be a change for a while. I mean, maybe Ocean's 8 might be able to break that actually.
Mm.
That it's either that or Incredibles 2. Incredibles 2 is going to be number 1.
It's going to change, but that's looking at 45 million.
Incredibles 2 is going to be number 1.
Incredible 2 is looking at 125.
Yeah, that's going to be number 1 when it gets around. Ocean's 8 may be number 1 if Solo could get that low in 2 weeks. But
it will. I think you're a 50% drop, so that's what 50, 60.
Well, then when you look at the next week after Incredibles 2 is Jurassic World, which that's going to be number 1.
Jurassic World.
That's got to be number 1 in that week. Like after Incredibles 2, I feel like
that's out on the 22nd.
Yeah, well after Incredibles 2, the 15th, so the week after.
Yeah, that's looking at 130.
So yeah, it's Jurassic World, Incredibles 2. After that, it's probably gonna. I don't know if Sicario, Deo Soldado is gonna do that well.
Sicario might.
It's rated R.
Yeah, actually no. Sicario.
It's not gonna make Jurassic World Incredibles 2 money.
You're looking at Ant-Man or Wasp.
Yeah, that'll be number 1 again. And the first Purge probably won't be. It won't beat Ant-Man probably. I doubt a rated R movie is gonna beat a PG-13 movie. Deadpool was of course the outlier.
The first Purge is looking at 20 and Ant-Man's looking at 84.
Yeah, it's doubt it. Which I'm still excited for the first Purge. I haven't seen the Election Day one, which it's on my list on Amazon.
It's gonna make like 1.3 times the amount the Purge is gonna make total domestic in this first weekend.
Yeah. So that's all of June, basically. Like you have Jurassic World, Incredibles 2, Ocean's 8, Sicario. Wow.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if Ant-Man doesn't get a little boost from that after Infinity War and everything. To be honest.
You mean like they're projecting it at a certain point and then it gives it like another 15, 20 million?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I feel like, I don't know. I know some people were like, why do we even need Ant-Man and the Wasp after we just had Infinity War? Like,
the last question after Age of Ultron and it made 500 million.
Yeah, then like I just tell those people F off. Leave me to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think that's going to be funny. I think it's going to be very entertaining.
I just wish I could see it.
Oh, yeah. Yours is not. Is it really still stuck in August?
Yeah, it can't go anywhere else.
So it's like literally you're getting a month after.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel bad.
Because we're getting Jurassic World before you guys, I think.
Oh, we're getting it the 22nd/21st because Thursday showings.
Actually, I don't know the release date for us for that one, but that's coming. That moved before the World Cup final. The Incredibles over here is coming out on 8th.
Can't wait for the World Cup. About to put all my money in that. Let's see. Hopefully, I get something.
I mean, you can't bet on America. You didn't even qualify.
Well, yeah, he didn't even qualify. I'm gonna bet on Mexico, of course.
Wow, they qualified?
Yeah, of course they qualified.
I'm surprised they got up.
Oh my god. It's one of those things when quick lefty when people were like friends of mine who were like, "Yes, America." I was like, "Yeah, shit. Yeah, they qualify."
I don't even like football. It's just funny laughing.
Yeah, I find it funny laughing at Americans too. Even though I live here and I'm kind of bored here, I just kind of see myself as a Mexican more.
It's not really much of a scapegoat because it is Mexican, but at least you can kind of distance yourself slightly.
I see, yeah. Especially when you go overseas and like if they say you're from America, I was like, no, Mexico.
They just dial it up. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like dial straight up Spanish and stuff like that. That's kind of like what you could get away with because I seem like a lot of people overseas don't like Americans all that much.
no, they really don't.
Yeah, so that's why I can play out the Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're thinking the same thing, right? Solo, Deadpool, Avengers, Adrift, Book Club, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be weird if Book Club just loses another 100,000 and it's still 13 million.
Yeah. See, Book Club's the interesting one.
It's a weird movie too. It's not a movie I go see, but it seems like a movie a lot of people see.
Because I really want to say, just for the sake of it, put
Adrift 5th and Book Club 4th.
no, Action Point 5th.
I feel like that's gonna make money, man. Like I don't know, people maybe the Jackass stuff is just overplayed. Maybe it's not like cool anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, of course it's not cool anymore. If it was, you'd see more TV shows of it.
Yeah,
But,
I was never fond of it. I'm not that kind of physical comedy type of guy.
See, over here we are. Obviously, like, slapstick's quite big in the UK.
I probably was a slapstick type of guy, but not anymore. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Like, when I was, like, 13, 15, around, like, you know, sure, Jackass was funny. But then you had stuff like the other one, and I can't remember what the other one was called. I want to say Nitro Circus.
Oh, yeah, that was something. That was something.
It's just like, they went way too far with it, and then Jackass went way too far with it because it was a response to them. It's just like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, I don't know. The only kind of, like, physical comedy that I watch now, if anything, and I guess if you want to call it slapstick or whatever, is this guy's, like, vlog that every other day he'll bring, like, a weird animal that he has to blindfold his roommates and put the animal on him, or he'll give them $100 that they can run away from a paintball gun. Like...
That's random.
Yeah, I gotta show you a video just because it's like so kind of out there, but that's like I guess that's kind of Jackass, but not really because Jackass is like about like jumping off types.
I'd say like the paintball gun is more Jackass. The other one, putting an animal on you, no.
Okay, well I don't know because it's even not as funny. It's just kind of like that must have hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that are just kind of like that must have hurt.
But thinking about it now, I'm going to stick with what we got. I'm not going to change it. I like being correct on this for a change.
Well, what movie do you think is going to be affected the most by any of these World Cup stuff? Because they're playing on Fox. I think if the United States was in the World Cup, it probably would have affected more of these movies in terms of domestic.
I mean, here's the thing. Over here, everything's moved away from it, so nothing's going to affect it.
I think the difference is that USA wasn't involved in it, and I feel like it'll still be a big part because it is a big thing over here, but not as big it is in the entire world. So it's kind of weird. Like we're more of a basketball and football type of people over here instead of soccer.
Did you guys make it into the last World Cup? Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
You did. Do you know if anything moved then?
I probably didn't even care.
Because over here, the last one had a 58% box office drop.
I mean, it probably did.
Total. So that's why everything's moving now.
Yeah.
But it just sucks. You know, I wouldn't mind it, but The Incredibles 2 is taking the European Ant-Man and the Wasp release date, which is like the 15th or 18th. So it's like, great. Well, why couldn't I get it then?
Yeah.
But of course, that took that day, and then Ant-Man and Wasp was really got nowhere else to go. So,
well,
to August to go.
That's weird. I mean, I guess China sometimes does that, right? Where they play movies a month after.
Oh, China and like Japan. Maybe not Japan, but definitely China. They tend to get movies like months after.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, they're shut off from anything from the U.S. and kind of over here, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Plus, they don't get every movie anyway. Like,
it's true.
You know, Solo tanked over there.
I don't know if they care a lot about Star Wars. I wonder.
They never got it. They never got the original trilogy.
Oh,
so.
That's probably why. If you didn't watch the original trilogy, or even, I don't know if you care as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the prequels aren't that great, so I don't think they help make you care about these.
I don't even know if they've even shown them over there yet.
Yeah.
They just chucked them into The Force Awakens. But The Force Awakens did decently over there. But then Rogue One and Solo is just like, nope, they lasted a week. Let's take those out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's
It's the end of the show.
Yeah, that's the end of the show, and we'll see you next time. Toodles.